you consume me, swallow me whole, invite me to live in the womb of your soul. Water, love, water, life, water, peace, water, move me, carry me, reach deep into the light of me, push my flesh as waves touching shores, explore my story in your molecular cell poetry, connected and directed by a fluid divinity. Love, water, life, water, I can finally breathe. Water.
Woo-hoo! Yeah. Oh, thank you, TJ.
I'm so stoked to see every single person out here today. I was so stoked this morning that I don't usually put things on paper to read in this sort of way, but I thought I'd do that today. So,
Well written.
it's written.
Mm-hmm.
Well written.
We gathered here today in a celebration of life, love, and community. On this precious day of being, we have been called to the shores as our ancestors had been called before us. We know where we belong, and we know what we have to do. We must love water as we love ourselves and understand that there is no line that divides either of us. We're all one and the same. We know that our physical being is constructed in, with, and by this most precious life energy force, water. We know that we have seen the world. We wouldn't have seen the world if it wasn't for, the water and its compassionate tide that has brought us from continent to continent. Water is far more important than the things that we destroy it for. We have come together in unity to celebrate water. We are projecting a powerful intention to sustain water. And this might be the greatest action that we ever collectively do as a species. Amongst us exists a power, force, motivated by greed, with the ability to persuade even the brightest and most well-intentioned minds. And this powerful force has brought pain and destruction to the lives of many. We have identified this force with many names, but it doesn't matter what we call it. All that matters is that we are mindful of its existence, and we are honest about the relationship that we have with this corrupt force. See, we've been very much influenced and oftentimes exploited by the powerful force of destruction, and we have to come to terms with our personal dependency on this force before we can truly liberate ourselves from it. This year, our focus should be on the creation of sustainable alternates that are produced in love and produced in kindness. It's important that we begin to build a model cooperative community of sustainable, renewable resources, and we have to do it immediately. The time to ponder is never. Going backwards is no longer an option. We must commit today to being better tomorrow, and it starts right now. Before we leave here today, it's important that we make new friends, that we introduce our new friends to our old friends, so that we can come together and have conversations about how we're going to do something substantial with our lives on this planet right now. It's time that we build communities. It's time that we sit around tables and we have honest conversations about how we're going to build sustainable communities and then put those thoughts into action. The late Maya Angelou said, when we know better, we do better. And we know what we've done to this planet. And we know which direction this planet is going in. And we know what our life is going to be on the planet when it's no longer here. It's time for us to come together now. So I want everybody to get excited about the role that we can all play in making this positive change. Because we know that positive changes, they start from within. So if we're going to make positive changes, we're going to start inside. And then we're going to make positive changes inside our homes. And then our neighborhoods. And then it will spread on. But we have to start. We have to move it. Coming together and rallying and partying and these sorts of things, celebrating the water is something we should do in every moment, every breath. But we have to put our ideas into action. We have to come together. We have to have conversations. We need to do the things that we speak about doing. There's no longer a time to wait. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you. Hear, hear.
Brother John.
I spend an awful lot of time out at park. And I would challenge each of you to go and
Where's my bells?
Hi, I'm Lorena, and